And good morning. Welcome to today's races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter along with Keith Fustel. We'll get to all today's action. We have a sloppy track today. Santa Claus is here for all the kids. Breakfast with Santa going on. But let's recap yesterday. Another big payout, Keith, in the Stronach 5. Let's check it out. We had a couple big price winners here at Laurel Park to kick it off. And the first leg, it was Laurel Park race 8 yesterday. A $17 horse in that race. My Equibase app is down.
Barb's Gray Lions.
Barb's Gray for the Frocks.
For the Frocks.
Yep. 1720. Then you had Spicy Meatball, 1280 there in race 9. So a couple big prices at Laurel Park to kick it off. They bet over $150,000 into it, and there's the payout. A little over $19,000. Congratulations if you had yesterday's Stronach 5. Some tough first legs here at Laurel Park to get through.
Yeah, manageable. And I think like a horse, and you talked about it, we talked about it on an early show, and you and Tim brought it up late with Spicy Meatball.
I had Spicy Meatball. I didn't have Barb's Gray Lion.
Yeah, but that breeding, I mean, there was a shot you could have taken the chance as a single, believe it or not, because you knew it was going to be one-way stand. Right to the front with Spicy Meatball with that Munnings and Speightstown breeding on that off track. I know you talked about a little bit the Tomlinson. So, congrats, $19,000. Strong payout for the Stronach 5. That'll get you some Christmas money.
Spicy Meatball in the fog yesterday. Couldn't see him around the far turn. There he comes in front, kind of like Justified coming out of the fog at Pimlico.
That was good.
So that was the Stronach 5 yesterday. Santa Claus is here. You still have time. If you're watching at home, grab the kids. Come on out. Santa's going to be here till 1:30 today. Big crowd up there in the sports bar. That's where they have Santa Claus stationed. Big crowd up there. A lot of families and children up there. Great. So good to see a big crowd out here this morning for Breakfast with Santa. That will continue until 1:30. There's a big holiday party in the sports bar yesterday. The Free State Electrical Company had a bunch of people there in the sports bar yesterday. I tell you what, if you have a large company and you're looking for a large, elegant space to have your holiday party, Laurel Park is the place to be. The sports book is big. The sports bar is even bigger, and they're real nice, elegant spaces. And if you really want to step it up, go in the Ruffian room. With the marble floor in there. So nice spaces here for holiday parties. I hope you had fun yesterday, Free State Electrical.
We see those things, they're picking up, and a great crowd yesterday. They were into it, enjoyed the betting, and you have lots of options up there in that space as well. You're just not locked in at a normal holiday party.
Sure.
And you got nothing else. You got games going on. You got horse racing. You got great conversation, great food. A lot. I mean, that's a perfect spot. Who wouldn't want that?
Yep, good spot. We had the MTHA had their horsemen's party there, and that was a fun party. So, all right, the parties aside, Santa Claus inside. We have some business to get down to today. 3 carryovers for you this afternoon at Laurel Park. There's the carryover in that 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6, $14,597 starts race 4 today on the 9-race program. Tim Tulloch has a ticket for that. You can check out his ticket right now. All of our tickets and plays for today on the website, laurelpark.com, underneath the handicapping section. So there's the carryover in that pick 6. Look for some horses that have an off-track form in that pick 6 today. So nice carryover there. Also nice carryover in the late pick 5. I'm going to have a ticket for the late pick 5. That's on the website right now. There it is, $4,300 for that late pick 5. Starts in race 5 and always features that industry low 12% takeout. I think the late pick 5, safe to say, will be well played today. Mark Lapidus getting a ticket ready right now.
Oh, absolutely on that carryover. I know he targets the pick 5s, and with a carryover coming at it almost, just over 4,000. What are you thinking, 30,000, 40,000 probably in that pot? We hope for that late pick 5. A tough little stretch and a really good feature today. It stayed intact. I know it's a shorter field, but a solid sprint. It's a 3 other than optional, going 6 furlongs over this sloppy surface. That's a good race we've got this afternoon.
Nice race. You have Showalter in there, John Jones, and then you have the off-track specialist in there, Eastern Bay, for Ferris Allen. He's won 5 times on an off-track from 7 starts. That's race 8 today. A real nice feature.
I think I misspoke. At 7/8 of a mile. I should say
7/8
of a mile. And talking about the racetrack, we've got conditions. Is that what we're going to get to next?
Let's see. Let's get right to it here. There's the main track. So the weather going to be a situation today. We had sloppy track yesterday, even more sloppy today, right?
More moisture in this racetrack. But if you looked yesterday, Stan, pretty honest all the way through. I mean, the speed was good. We had closers, and how about that horse? We had a negative stat on Graham Motion. They've got me the last couple
Up
of
the
weeks.
rail, big
Windy
price.
Lane, now making like 3 for 24 with a 2-year-old firsters made special on the dirt at Laurel. Windy Lane, long shot, big filly. I mean, I think that was definitely going to stretch out down the road. But, man, got me there.
That was Weston Hamilton. Weston Hamilton had a 2-win day yesterday.
Yeah, and Bill commented, my partner for Equibase up there, Bill Brasmill, about Weston. It's tough sometimes. You go through, you have that success as a bug rider.
Won the
which
Eclipse
he had,
Award.
And you kind of try to find your way after you lose the bug. He's riding very well.
Yep.
I know he's not really up there in the standings right as of yet. Watch his rides of late. He's saving ground more often, timing the runs much better, finishing strong. He's always been a strong kid.
Sure.
So, I think you're going to see him creep back up into the thick of things of late.
All right, so that's all yesterday. Let's get right to it today here. Race 1 kicks off that popular early pick 5, which is always a mandatory payout on the early pick 5, and as always, that industry low 12% takeout. I have a ticket today for the late pick 5. Let's take a look here. Race 1, 6 furlong, sloppy track, 16,000 starter allowance for 2-year-olds. I go scratch to 4, Little Harbor, who was my top pick in this race. The 3 is out, so we both end up on the 4 here. Distilled Spirit, first off the claim for Claudio Gonzalez, your leading trainer. Claudio 23% off the claim. Angel Cruz will ride. Now, didn't run well on a sloppy track going a mile late October, but then came right back with a big win. Now first time Claudio. Yeah. So I think Distilled Spirit gets one more shot here on a sloppy track for the new barn.
And this is an interesting race. I talked to Frank Vespa yesterday about it in the racing biz. He was doing his picks. I'm like, man, race 1. Does anybody want to close? They all have similar styles, and we have that a lot. The 2-year-old races, you see that, Stan. They're kind of, especially the early races, they want to go the speed. They're trained. They want to get wins early for these horses, and it's a little difficult. Who can rally? I don't know. I think Distilled Spirit might run them off their feet first time for Claudio. I like the protect move. I'm going to go there. Mega Millions interests me. Second, Lasix off a little bit of a break, but keys up against a good horse. Great again, a Bernie Houghton runner that ran well at Timonium behind Paisley Singing, who's gone on to run some big races. So I'll take a shot. Could the 4 be the speed of the speed? But he's probably going to deal with the one, the X-Man will be sending down inside. I don't know what to make of the 2. This horse from Penn National got away with awfully soft internals in its debut, but the short comment, or in the extended footnote, I should say, finished strong. So maybe this is a horse that can sit and make a move into it.
Well, you make a good point. Finished strong, but it looks like that second quarter was in, 25 almost?
Yeah, it got away with it easy, Stan. Yeah. You should have something left in the tank.
Sure. All right, bandbox scouting there for Tim Kreiser, 27% winning outfit. Kreiser always dangerous when he ships down here. So we both have the 4, Distilled Spirit on top. Let's turn the page. Lots of action here in race 2. A nice maiden special weight for 2-year-olds going 7 furlongs. We have a carryover in this race in that rolling super high 5, which is a low 15% takeout. We have it every race with 7 or more horses. There's the carryover. Race 2, $2,142. If they don't hit it, race 2, it'll carry over to the next race with 7 or more horses. So keep your eye on that throughout the day. Race 2 also kicks off the early pick 4. We had some big paying pick 4s yesterday here at Laurel Park. Keith, you like the early pick 4.
Yeah.
Let's check out your ticket, see how you play it.
We've been chasing it 3D to get you started. I think a couple of these first-time starters are really, really interesting in race number 2. Granted, they have to deal with being towards the inside, so a clean break. We're going to need it for these 2 horses. 1-2-5 to get you started. Tapping the Glass is my top selection here for Gary Cap. Then we come back in the 3rd, 2 deep with the 4 and the 5. Your price horse there is Atlantic Avenue. 4th race, 2 deep again with the 1 and the 6. 5th race, we wrap it up. We're going to go 3 horses in there. The 4, Caladan. The 6, Can't Pass It Up as a long shot user. And the 10, Rohrbacher, who looks to be your favorite in race number 5. $18. If you want to add to it, please do so. Grab a friend. That's a good little start there for you in that early pick 4 ticket.
All right, it's a nice maiden special weight here in race 2 to kick it off. 2-year-olds going 7 furlongs. I scratched a 4, Bright Dawn, so still a nice 8-horse field in this race. And I go with the 8 on top, Paradise Pride, a 2-year-old by To Honor and Serve, a young Bernardini sire here for trainer Mike Trombettis, a homebred for Live Oak Plantation. Julian Pimentel will ride. And I thought both races on a sloppy track were both useful races. Two of his best races on a sloppy track. At Belmont against Maiden 75, going short, an okay third that day. Then they went a mile late October right here at Laurel Park against Maiden Special Weight. Went to the front, got a little tired, finished third that day, ran a lifetime best number. He's had about a month and a half off since then. Been working up at Fairhill. Now he's a first-time gelding, and he has two positive races on a sloppy track. So I'll go with the 8 Paradise Pride on top here in race 2.
And an advantageous post as well.
Sure,
I mean, he's shown a little bit of tactical speed. They went quick. Those internals were pretty strong last time. I'm not going to leave him out of my exactas. I'm just going for a little bit bigger prices in here. But, yeah, reported first-time gelding and is proven over and off track. You might see Pimentel just kind of measure the horses to his inside. He may take a little bit of a rating position this afternoon and try to make that move into it at the 7 furlongs. I'll take a shot with a 5 tapping the glass. Very good debut back in the summer, late summer there in August at Delaware Park. Just didn't fire at all, but was against the grain of the racetrack November the 17th. Gary Capel, who'll stat a smaller sample, but 3 for 9 and 6 for 9 in the money with maidens the last couple years, second off of a layoff with an ROI of 235. That's a positive sign. I think this horse is going to bounce back with a bigger effort, and you got to take a look to the inside. Say you have Montauk Traffic in the mix for Linda Rice. We have a stat for that one as well. Interesting. Jevian Toledo's going to ride the 1. Caramano's normally a rider here for Linda Rice. He opted otherwise on the horse that scratched. Do we have that stat?
Yes,
there
we
it
do.
is.
Yep,
perfect. Thanks, guys. Last 5 years on the dirt. I know it's a smaller sample again, but this 7 furlong distance, Dan, is a tough distance to debut. But look at that. 3 for 7, 42%, and 6 for 7 in the money with firsters at 7 furlongs with an ROI of $3.14. We remember this horse. Tis He the One was one of those horses that got it done. We remember that horse that ran here.
Sure,
so,
for Engelhart, right?
Yeah. But that was another one. I think it was her, and then might have gone to Engelhart back in the day. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. In a transfer.
That's right. Okay. All right. So Linda Rice, always tough down here. She's 3 for 7 down here for the fall meet. I used the 1 in the mix. We have a video spotlight on the 3. We both used the 3. My Friend's Beer for the Red Hot Jerry O'Dwyer. Here's the race going a mile on November 14th. There he is, caught right in between horses.
Yeah, my best friend Pierre makes a little bit of a bid in about the 3 path. Is going to have to go and dispute it. Mine Not Mine, the winner of this race, came back to run a 70 buyer stand in a Maryland Juvenile Futurity. A good effort that day behind Laddie Liam. I think all in all, first sprint, they stretched this horse out progressively 5.5 to 6 to a mile. Kind of against it most of the way. I know Mine Not Mine is out there, but he had a relaxed trip off of the pace. This horse kept doing okay, just a slight fade, only beaten 2 1/4. I know that was a maiden 40. I don't think there's a whole lot difference between that race and this straight-up maiden special weight this afternoon.
All right, so there's the 4 My Friend's Beer for Jerry O'Dwyer. The barn's having a big year with their 2-year-olds. A nice positive ROI with their 2-year-olds from a large sample, and they're 15% overall with 2-year-olds. They get one of the leading riders, Sheldon Russell on the 3, My Friend's Beer. It's between Sheldon Russell, Alex Cintron, and Trevor McCarthy, your top 3 riders here in the final month of the long fall meet. So how about the 2? You have the 2 in the mix there. First-time starter by Super Saver.
Didn't want to go on before talking about the 2 Super Dancer. Super Savers about 18% on and off track. The mare was okay. 2 for 8, 1 going longer. So you're thinking there's some stamina here for the 7/8 of a mile. There's a couple 2-year-old winners in the family and a debut winner. I like that. I think this horse is going to be okay. 4 of those 6 were in the money, the debut runners out of this mare. So Super Dancer, you've got a trainer here that's all right first time out. You see the positive ROI over $2.50 with an okay sample. So Super Dancer certainly could be all right in debut.
All right, so nice maiden special weight to kick off the rolling super high 5 and the early pick 4 here in race 2. Let's turn the page here. Race 3, we're going 7 furlongs, claiming 16,000 filly mares, 3 and up, never won 3 or straight. 3-year-old fillies. My best bet of the day here. You have her on top as well. The 5, Call Me Jelly Roll. We have a video spotlight from her last race, November 28th. She's by Midnight Loot. She has 1/3 from 1 start on an off track. Here she is in her most recent race.
And she was kind of up on the lead, and she kind of drops back a little bit. And another rebid to challenge. Now that was for Linda Albert. Ran a couple big races, got a win and a solid second out of this filly, boy. She doesn't mind a little bit of a fight. 7 furlongs. She's never been this far, but I think she's going to be fine. Just an extra 16th of a mile from this most recent race. She draws outside. Swirly Shirley, I think, is all systems go from the round. What a big filly that Swirly Shirley is. She can really kind of intimidate some horses. But look how gritty Call Me Jelly Roll is on the 28th of November. Game Effort going to go first off the claim. I think she'll measure the speed of the 1 and the 2. Don't leave out the 4. I know it's a short field, but this is my horse to kind of boost that exacta. Atlantic Avenue, the blinkers go back on. Has a couple good races at 7/8 of a mile. I think Forrest will just sit there, lay patiently, 4 or 5 out of it mid-turn, and just kind of rally into it, maybe to complete that exacta.
All right, so we both have the 5 on top. The 1 Swirly Shirley we both used. Now, this filly, she's only done well in the John Salzman Jr. barn. So Ricardo D'Angelo, that didn't scare him off, though. He jumped in, claimed her for a nickel. Big step up here. She is a 3-year-old who's won 6 times, but big step up here from the $5,000 level.
It's a step up. She's quick. She is a 6-time winner, as is Call Me Jelly Roll. She didn't want to deal with any traffic. She just needs to come away cleanly. Sometimes she relaxes and gives you that extra punch, the final 3/16 of a mile. I think she's going to be hounded a little bit by this 2-horse, 9 Martinis, going first off the claim for Jamie Ness.
All right, so we both have the 5, Call Me Jelly Roll on top there. Race 3, let's get to that 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 4. We also kick off the middle Pick 4 in this event. Nice carryover in that Pick 6. Let's show you what we have. $14,597. Tim Tulloch, my co-host in the afternoon. He has a ticket for it. Let's check it out. See how he plays today's Pick 6. He uses 3 horses here in the first leg. He goes 1, 5, 6 to kick it off. Nice allowance race here in race 4 to kick it off. His single comes in race 5. I like the 10 as well. I have the 10 Warbacher right on top in race 5. So I like Tim's single. And then race 8, the feature. He goes all. He hits the all button, and they're all nice horses. Old Time Revival, John Jones, the Englehart horse, Avenino, Maclano, Senior Investment, Eastern Bay, Showalter. So he goes all, uses all 6 runners in the feature there.
Look at my morning line. If anybody gets hammered, it might be the 3, just because this track did come up sloppy in the big effort. Englehart, they like betting in the mind. But, boy, your longest shot on the board on the line is 6-1. Wow. Tightly matched group. They all bring their A game. It's going to be one heck of a horse race.
Sure, and a couple of them really like to slop there in race 8. All right, so there's Tim's ticket. You can check it out some more on the website, laurelpark.com. Under the handicapping section, here we go. Race 4, nice first level allowance condition for filly mares 3 and up. We're going 7 furlongs. I have the 6 on top here in race 4. The 6 is Well Hello, a 4-year-old daughter of Quality Road for Horacio De Paz. Trevor McCarthy will ride. A couple big efforts last June and July right here at Laurel Park, going a mile, and then needed a little break. Had all of August and September and October off, came back early November, might have needed a race that day, ran an okay 4th, going 7 furlongs. Now, second race off this kind of layoff, to Paz, 26%, so I like that. You get McCarthy stays aboard. Hasn't won on an off track yet, but 2 for 2 in the money in the off going. So I have the 6 Well Hello on top.
I think she's the horse to beat when you really break it on down. Second off of a layoff is a good move for this trainer. Not a lot of blazing speed. She's going to be perfectly positioned from the outside. She's got bottom under her with those route races in recent 7/8 of a mile. Tried not bad. Caused them edgy. Came back to run a 74 next out. I'll take Rockstar Girl, though, in here. I think she's had a couple tough trips of late. I don't really think she's a mile horse. And the time before that, she was used a little too hard early to get position, a slight flattening out. I think she's going to be okay on an off track. I like this McLean's music here. She's going to get position just inside. I think Well Hello might get the jump on her, but I think these two can emerge and maybe get their little battle through the final 8th of a mile. I like Rockstar Girl, slight upsetter over the 6 Well Hello.
All right, I like the 1 as well. I'm always worried about that 1 hole going 7 furlongs unless it's Colonel Hill in his first start against Stakes Company. He had to break from the 1 hole going 7 furlongs. But it's in this filly doesn't have too much early speed, so she's likely going to be covered up in traffic down the backstretch. But you get the hot jock, Weston Hamilton, having off to a big start yesterday.
Yeah, I think he's just going to be just fine. Hamilton will give this horse a good ride. Last Love's interesting. You see 3 starts on a wet track, a win, a second, and a third. I think if anybody's going to be aggressive in here and try to throw that knockout punch around the turn, it's going to have to be her. That's going to be her best chance. And she's got races on her page. It certainly works. I don't know what happened last time. She didn't bring any speed. She's going to bring it today. She worries me a little bit of a price for Bill Kamlo. Bill Kamlo strikes it usually is at an okay number.
Sure, Kamlo, they do a nice job for sure, and it's a nice not for love filly. She's had 4 big wins here at Laurel Park. I overlooked the 3 a little bit. She's 3 for 3 in the money on an off track. So a nice first level allowance condition to kick off that Rainbow Pick 6 and Middle Pick 4. The Middle Pick 4 almost paid $1,100 yesterday.
Yeah.
That was a big number for the Middle Pick 4. Let's get a quick commercial break. I like the late Pick 5 today. It's going to be well played. We have a nice carryover, $4,300 for the late Pick 5. Starts in race 5. We'll check it out right after this. The best bets at Laurel Park are the Pick 5s, and we have 2 of them. The early Pick 5 starts in race 1 and is a mandatory payout. The late Pick 5 is the last 5 races of the day and has carryover potential. Both Pick 5s at Laurel Park have an industry-low 12% takeout. The Pick 5s at Laurel Park, your best bet. All right, nice job there, guys. Pete and everybody in the trail. That's the Pick 5 commercial I did a couple of years ago, and we have the carryover in the late Pick 5. Starts in race 5. It's a good timing there for that commercial. Let's show you the carryover here for the late Pick 5. $4,300 and a buck. As always, we feature that industry low 12% takeout. You get bigger payouts here in Maryland on the Pick 5s than you do anywhere in the country. Let's check out my ticket for the late Pick 5, $48 play, and I go with my single right away here in race 5. The 10 Rohrbacher's getting a big class relief. He's a 3-year-old by Hard Spun who's won 5 times, taking advantage of the multiple conditions of race 5. He's going against older horses that have never won 3. He's dropping from Stakes Company. He won a 2 other than allowance race, going a mile in the slop late October with a big number. He's a 2 for 2 in the off going, and he's 2 for 3 going a mile. They get Trevor McCarthy, so I single on the 10 Rohrbacher here in race 5 to kick things off. I go 4 deep. In race 6, I go with the 3, 5, 6, 10. The 10 might be a little price in there. Dapper Mon, 6-1 for Donnie Bar, taking a drop in class today by Munnings, right? So Dapper Mon, this will be his first start. First start on the off track. He gets that same 422 Tomlinson as the spicy meatball yesterday.
It's the Munnings over a Not for Love mare.
Right.
Same as spicy meatball.
Same
pretty
name.
Sure,
so Dapper Mon, 6-1. Might like the off track today. In race 7, I go 4 deep in there. 2, 3, 6. 2, 3, 6, 7. The 7, Fanny Bell Fleming. She's 0 for 2 on the off track, but Freedom Child, boy, he certainly did like the slop. Fanny Bell Fleming, a good second on a sloppy. In fact, her lifetime best effort 2 starts ago on a sloppy track. So the 7, you're getting 5 pounds off. Dale Capuano, Avery Wisman, the 7, Fanny Bell Fleming, I think might be live at a big price there. In race 7, feature of the day, I go with the 2, John Jones, the Engelhard Horse, Avenue, Meccano, and also the my top pick, the 6, Showalter. I think Showalter just gets the best trip on the outside in the clear, in clean air, hopefully. And he's a 2-time winner in the off-going. So I go 2, 3, 6 in the feature. Then I use the 4, 6, couple favorites there in race 9. Let's take a look here at race 5. It's a 1 mile. You have to read all the conditions here. 25,000 starter allowance, 3 and up, starter for 25 and never won 3. Or claiming 25, never won 3 for 3 and up. Or straight 3-year-olds claiming 25,000. You could have won as many as you want. And that's the story with the 10 Rohrbacher. He's a 5-time winner already. He's in for the $25,000 tag. And we have a video spotlight of his last race. He took a lot of pressure in the $100,000 City of Laurel. Let's show you that race. He went to the front at 13-1. He's on the inside getting hammered right now.
Yeah, he was keen, and he took a lot of pressure. Munson was a horse coming in from New York off of a big effort and a big number. Here's what I like about Rohrbacher here, though. Watch this from the quarter pole home. I know all in all he's going to get beat 4 and some change.
Not bad in a
He really tries hard. I mean, you're thinking he's just going to pack it in. He doesn't. I mean, he gives up just a little bit of ground through the final 1/8 of a mile. It shows some heart. It gets back to the correct lead here, I believe. He's a little bit funky right there. And he's going to keep trying and giving effort under Sheldon Russell in the city of Laurel. Perfectly managed, though. Look at this. You've got a 3-year-old who's won 5 races. You claim him for 25. You win the A other than. You get a little help. 2 other than off the turf. You get it done. Boy, on that sloppy track, he was dead game. And then that effort. The only thing, it's perfectly managed is what you're supposed to do. Put him back in for 25. Somebody wants to take him, go ahead. You make a great profit. He's had a couple really tough races, back to back to back. Will it take just a little bit of starch out of him? I don't know. If I'm looking for a little bit better price, but he's certainly going to be a major factor here for Farrier and James Wolf, who's winning a lot of races of late. So I'm looking maybe, Stan, for a horse to come from mid-pack. I think it could be Caladan, or it could be a long shot like Can't Pass It Up. Caladan, the blinkers come back off. No help up front, no flow whatsoever. Last time in was against the grain of the racetrack on November the 16th. I expect a better effort to make a run here from mid-pack for Caladan. And the 6 is an interesting horse. A live long shot, different type of horse now since being gelded. Numbers on the major improve, and I think there's going to be an honest pace in race 5 to set things up for Can't Pass It Up.
All right, so the 4 I use in my top 3. Caladan, you can't fault this horse's off-track form. 2 wins, a second and a third from 4 starts. One of his lifetime best races on an off-track. So I like the 4. We both used the 3 here. Cape Lookout for Trombetta. Carol Cedeno will ride. This horse stretching back out to a mile today. A good third with a big number 4 starts ago going a mile. He finally gets back to a mile today. So this might be the distance he wants.
Yeah, it's close. Is it 7/8?
By Shackelford, right?
Yeah, he should be fine. No problem with an off-track. Going to need a perfectly timed run, but should be able to kind of take measure of everybody by the time they hit the top of the lane. Should be able to save some ground as well. But Rohrbacher, off of those couple last 3 races, the one to beat in race 5.
All right, then the Cape Lookout horse, a 2-time winner in the off-track. How game was Shackle? I was at the finish line patrol stand watching the head-on coming down the stretch in the Preakness, and Shackelford, how game was he? The Derby winner, Animal Kingdom, was flying on the outside. Shackelford, he was laying on his belly to get home to win the Preakness that year, and doing pretty good as a sire, Shackelford. By the way, tickets on sale for next year's Preakness. Go to Preakness.com for more information and to get your tickets for everybody's favorite Triple Crown race, the Preakness, 3rd Saturday in May next year. Here we go. It's going to be here before we know it.
It will.
We have one of the Preakness favorites maybe on the ground, Shotsky for O'Dronker.
Yeah, how about that?
Right?
Yep.
All right, so that's race 5. Let's turn the page here. Race 6 going to kick off the late pick 4. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 5,003 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. My price play of the day here in race 6. Not the biggest price, but I'll take a $9
square price.
$9 winner
Absolutely.
all day long here. The 6, all the wrong reasons for trainer Mark Reed. 4-year-old by Tail of the Cat. 0 for 5 in the off-going. He does have 2/3 on an off-track. He came off a long layoff, over a year layoff, and he was in for the maiden 10, and he won. They bet him down to 3-4 to 1 that day. He beat a horse that came right back to win. So that's a decent maiden 10 score November 21st. They wait about 3 weeks to run him back. They're right in for the nickel 2 life, an aggressive move here. Weston Hamilton off the big day yesterday. Mark Reed, he's rolling, so I have the 6 on top, second off the layoff today.
Awfully game. You see the short comment resurgent inside of Arrival. Castellat came back to absolutely jog, whistled for Tommy Proctor. Certainly the horse to beat here is the 3 Bucktooth. Bucktooth dropping in half, comes out of a really tough race, though. They went awfully quick, disputed the pace, got a little lead, a little fade late. Things won't be as demanding, so if he can bring about 90% of his effort, it's going to be hard to leave out of the exacta. I think the 3 and the 6 are major pace factors in this race, but Dapper Mon is the shot, going on that same angle, the Munnings and the Not for Love on the bottom side. This horse is a mid-50.
This horse right on top.
Yeah, mid-50 numbers is what this horse consistently runs, which is better than pretty much everybody in the race, except that maybe a couple other horses. All Ornery's a 58. Bucktooth, he's got into the 60s before, but you're thinking the slop's got to help him a little bit, right?
Sure.
So what if he moves up 2 lengths?
Yep.
See you in the winner's circle with a circling move here for Dapper Mun and Angel Cruz.
And he's taking a big drop. How about Donnie Barr quietly having a nice solid meet? 5 wins, 19%. He's what? He's 11 for 27 in the money. Stabled right here at Laurel Park. So Dapperman gets to run on his home track today. Let's turn the page here. Race 7 will kick off the final pick 3 of the afternoon. We're going a flat mile, nice first level allowance condition for Maryland bred, Maryland sired filly mares 3 and up. Let's start here with the 2.
Okay.
Artful Splatter. Trevor McCarthy rides this filly, 3-year-old daughter of bandbox for Kieran McGee. She's won her last 2, including most recently on a sloppy track going a mile. I believe we have that video spotlight of Artful Splatter. Let's show you this. She's loving a slop here on October 31st.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I appreciate that, and was able to kind of go out, dictate the pace on a track that go outside and look. It's going to be very similar to what this video shows you. She's loving it out there. 2 for 2 since being claimed for $16,000. Keeping a little drift there under the right-handed stick, and she gets some help. Bunting is out. She's going to draw inside. I don't know if maybe she's as quick as Estorina, but I think she'll let the 3 go, and she'll just move outside of her and take the measure around the turn. Kieran, with these fillies and mares, small sample over the last couple of years. He's 3 for 7 off of a top vig in her last race on the dirt. That's what you get, and it's a positive ROI. Artful Splatter, kind of a stalk and pounce, really rolling right now for Kieran and company.
I use her. She'll be tough. I have her in the top 3. I go with the 3 on top here. Estorina for the always crafty Michael Gorham. Sheldon Russell will ride this 3-year-old filly by Revolutionary. A big win last out, going a mile against Open. First level allowance condition, 71 buyer. This race supposed to be a little easier spot today. She's in good form. Now 0 for 1 on an off track, but that was September of her 2-year-old year. She had only run 2 times, and she's in a different barn now, and she's a much better animal right now. So I'll give Estorina one more shot. She's in good form. See if she can hold it on the sloppy going today.
Yeah, these 2 may just run around the racetrack together. They could. The 3 could break well, not pinned down on the rail as Artful Splatter is. As she gets out there, clears and is able to relax and do her own thing. And if the pace is, somewhat maybe like a 48 half, these 2 they might open up on the field. I only think the other horse, maybe Fanny Bell Fleming, could force the issue. Sarah's Treasure is my price user. I probably should have, with the scratch of bunting, put the 3 back in there. But let's talk about Sarah's Treasure real quick, though. 9 starts on a wet track stand. 3 wins, 3 seconds, and a third with a top buyer of 80. Okay number last time out, not bad. I think this is where you're looking for that price. The off track is going to bring a better performance. She can be tactical. I'd like to see Forrest kind of put her into the race a little bit sooner, take the stalking position, maybe 3 or 4 out of it off of these top 2, and hopefully steadily move her way into contention by the top of the stretch. But I'm banking on this wet track to move her up.
All right, it's a nice race here. I throw the 7 into the mix. I use the 7 on my late pick 5, Fanny Bell Fleming. We know what Freedom Child did in the Peter Pan. He won by like 20 on a sloppy track. And this filly's in good form. Looks like Dale has her going in the right direction. Avery Wisman with a win yesterday. So 7, I think, is live here at a nice price for Taking Risk Stables and Lewis Ullman. Let's turn the page here. Lunar Reel. We got to talk about Lunar Reel here. We have the video spotlight of her effort last August going a mile against Allowance Company. A big second this day, and then she ran well on the turf, and then took some time off and went up to Parks for some reason, but a big effort back in August.
Good deal. Thanks, guys. Double video here today in race number 7. And Lunar Reel, went up to Parks. You see the short got 3 wide, both turns, faded. That was first off of a little bit of a break, but watch this race the afternoon. It makes a good circling run against an good field. Belial, and you've got Sarah's Treasure also in the mix. Hits the top, goes clear, just can't quite get there. I think the key for this horse is easily could have jammed, with this kind of barn. Robert Bone and Claudio Gonzalez, usually they're fine with let's cut the horse in half and everything. No, they don't do that. They hold the level basically. So I'm going to use her right back underneath in some exactas and some tries, but that was an encouraging try. I guess we can just say just toss the last at Parks.
Yeah,
completely ignore it. Put a line to it.
That was a perplexing move to take a Maryland-bred filly up there who's in good form here in Maryland. I don't think that was a Claudio move. That looks like an owner move all day long there by Robert Bone. But he's back to his senses today, back here in Maryland. She's very good on the turf, this filly. Whew, I mean, very good on the turf. So maybe that's why she's not in for the tag. They're protecting her.
Go ahead and wait,
All right, so nice race there in race 7. Feature of the day here in race 8 to kick off the late daily double. We're going 7 furlongs, third level allowance condition for 3-year-olds and upward. Optional claiming $50,000 to 3. Avenue Malkanu for Jerry Englehart, 4-year-old colt by End of Mischief. Big win last out October 20th on a sloppy track against 2 other than. Here's that race on October 20th.
Yeah, just a little copycat of this performance will get it done today, and there's plenty of speed to target. I know it's a shorter field, but, man, Old Time Revival is awfully fast from the inside. Also, Eastern Bay and Showalter. I think things are going to be really rocking and rolling on the front end. And you see this perfect little ride here for Vargas. Sits to the inside, steadily moves up, angles out, and says, see you later. Ridden now. This is the key. Watch this horse to the final eighth of a mile. Really not ask for his best. Today, he's going to probably need to bring his best. He's moving up in a level here to the 3 other than trying to advance through the conditions, but awfully strong performance. I like this horse. A little tactical, is going to be able to shift out, and I think it may get 2 straight here for Englehart. Stalk and pounce for the 3.
He'll be tough. I use him in my top 3. Who's going to get to the front here? Old Time Revival, he's a different horse when he gets clear on the lead.
Yes.
So they're probably going to try to send. John Jones and Avenue will come from out of it. The 5 Eastern Bay, Stalker, that horse, an off-track specialist. Showalter's, Showalter's going to show speed from the outside. I go with Showalter on top here. I think he gets the best trip in this race. He's a 5-time winner right here at Laurel Park. Good off-track form, 2 wins on an off-track. He's 5 for 8 in the money. Big effort last down, a third behind Brother Chubb, who came right back to win. That was Showalter's second race coming back this fall after having a little time off this summer. It was against 3 other than, and a big 84 Beyer speed figure. Had to break from the 1 hole that day. Gets a much better outside post today. If there's some speed to the inside, that's okay. I think the bug, Victor Rosales, and that's another thing, getting 5 pounds off here on Showalter. I think Victor can dictate the early pace here on the outside. If they're going slow, Showalter, he's got speed. He can go right to the front, but I don't think they will be going slow. I think Angel Cruz is going to try to send on Old Time Revival. Maybe McCarthy will go. So I think Showalter gets a dream stalking trip, sitting second or third on the outside here.
Yeah, my biggest key with him, he's 0 for 3 at 7, and his best Beyer is only a 71. He's run hard. His last 3 races, really, really good efforts. But like I say, Old Time Revival, he's dangerous on the front. If he wants to go, he is the speed of speed. If it's just a dead scent, he's that quick. I think they get engaged maybe around the quarter pole, because Eastern Bay's another one. He moves up in the slop. He's got positional speed. He'll make his move into it. I think it just sets it up perfectly for the 3 or the 2. John Jones, who showed a little bit different dimension last time and was able to come and rally late after being a little bit further off the pace than we're used to seeing him.
Yep. All right, so nice feature of the day here in race 8 to kick off the late daily double. Race 9 is Quinella time. It's the Quinella race. Race 9, low 10% takeout on the Quinella. It's like a $2 exacta box, but when you say Quinella, like magic, you get a 10% takeout. Last live race, every racing day, the Quinella, race 9. Here we go. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 5,003 and up. Never won 3 or straight 3-year-olds in this race. We have a video spotlight on the 7 Lucky Junior. I didn't use the 7 in here, but a big win last out, going 7 furlongs. Let's show you that race from late November. Here's the start.
Well, I like it. He's overcome a lot of adversity his last couple starts against the bias. 2 races back, rallies into it. And then this particular day, look at this beginning. Boom, 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 sandwiched around at the break, drops out of it. Look at that, even almost a check. Gomez got this guy to the outside, and he's going to circle. You see that coming. He ends up about 7 or 8 wide, turning for home, and he's going to sustain, Stan, at the 7/8 of a mile. Is 6 a little too short? It might be. He's going to probably need some help up front, but I like the heart and determination he's shown to overcome that early trouble. And this race, and then last time, the 2 races back, I should say, against the bias. Look at that, just kind of cruising home late after straightening and running true there. Lucky Jr. For Hammy Smith, I think, brings a run in here.
Yeah, I didn't use him, but he might be a major factor to deal with in the final strides. The 7, Lucky Jr. We both have the 6 on top here. Baytown Glory, first off the claim for Kieran. First time Lasix today. J.D. Acosta will ride. We both have the 6 on top.
Yeah, I don't really worry that he claims and then holds the level. Yeah, Kieran's does this. He can do that no problem. This is a 3-year-old that's won 3 races. This is the right kind of move. Zeta Rose a higher purpose out of a hugely key race that afternoon. Lasix goes on. Yeah, he's going to go ahead, I think, and be into the race a little bit more today. Shadow Boxer, though, the one to catch. He's been running off at some big prices. You'll get an okay price on him today, and he certainly looks like the speed here for Salzman.
Yeah, Salzman has him figured out. He's won 2 in a row. Toledo will ride. I used the 3, Shadow Boxer in the mix. That's it. We're out of time. Big 9-race card. Nice carryover in that pick 6. Over 14,000. That starts race 4. Over 4,300 in the late pick 5. That starts in race 5. Sloppy track all afternoon. Factor that into your handicap. And Santa Claus, he's going to hang out for another hour and a half to entertain all the children. Big crowd up there. So hopefully we'll have a big crowd overall today. Dave Robbins coming up next with scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.